I am more offended as an African-American woman than you will ever be. And this business about making America great again, it is your president that's dividing this country.
Not one of your people have ever been on the floor and had tried, not this floor, I'm talking about the automobile floor. You know an awful lot about laptops, but you know nothing about blacktop.
Maxine Waters pushes the discrimination angle, and then Mike Kelly responds with decades of real-world business experience.
The gentleman, Mr. Kelly, please do not leave, because I want you to know that I am more offended as an African-American woman than you will ever be. And this business about making America great again, it is your president that's dividing this country. And don't talk to me about the fact that we don't understand what happens on the automobile. No, I will not yield. No, I will not yield.
Okay.
Don't tell me that we don't understand. That's the attitude that's been given toward women time and time again.
The gentlelady will suspend. The chair wishes to remind all members that they are to address their remarks to the chair. Gentlelady will continue.
The chair, but don't stop me in the middle when you didn't stop him in the middle. And so I shall continue. Don't you dare talk to me like that and think that somehow women don't understand what goes on the floor of automobile dealers.
Okay, which one is it? All right, is it the racism or is it the sexism? All right, we can't live completely in the realm of victimhood consistently. Pick one struggle and stick with it. All right, because it then becomes a little bit more relevant to the argument if that makes any sense here. But if you're trying to divide your time between I'm a woman so I'm being treated terribly, or I'm a black woman and I have which one is it? Okay, pick a struggle and then we can have an actual conversation, because until then, guys, it just feels like a permanent victimhood.
Somehow women don't understand what goes on the floor of automobile dealers.
Minded to direct her remarks to the chair. The gentlelady will continue in order.
I will continue to do that. However, I don't appreciate that you did not interrupt him when he was making those outrageous remarks about him knowing more about discrimination than I know about discrimination. I resent that, and I resent the remark about making America great again. He's down here making a speech for this dishonorable president of the United States of America. Having said that, I reserve the balance of my time, and no, I do not yield not 1 second to you. Not 1 second. Not 1 second to you.
Mr. Speaker, at this time, I am very pleased to yield 2 minutes to the gentleman from Pennsylvania, Mr. Kelly, an outstanding member of the Ways and Means Committee and chair of the Congressional Auto Caucus.
The gentleman from Pennsylvania is recognized for 2 minutes.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you very much for giving me some time. I know I just heard the phrase that I am appalled by what's taking place on the floor today. I would tell you, I join in those comments, and I really do believe that. For a person whose family's been in the automobile business since 1953 and sold thousands and thousands of cars to people of any color, it doesn't matter the color of the person buying the car. Do we match them up with the transportation need that they were looking for? And were we able to arrange financing that was affordable to them? You cannot be in business for 65 years doing it the wrong way. And to impugn the integrity of the automobile people is absolutely beyond reproach. And so if you run out of facts, I guess the next thing you have to go to is discrimination. And when we talk this way, it is so divisive, but that's the platform. Let's divide them. Let's try to separate them. The color of the skin, the shape of their eye, their gender. Let's make sure that we can make every statement possible to show that there are bad people out there doing things to other folks. And it's only by discrimination that these things get done. I will tell you, I am greatly offended as a member of the automobile industry and as someone who has served thousands of people. If you think the dealers are that bad, please go to your hometown and look at the Little League fence and find out whose name's out there. Look at your high school programs and see who it is that's funding all these things. Go to any charity and see who's on the list of who takes care of people. To sit here today and have to listen that somehow this is discriminatory just adds to the fact that when you're out of facts, when you don't know what you're talking about, and what you've never done. Not one of your people have ever been on the floor and had tried, not this floor, I'm talking about the automobile floor. You know an awful lot about laptops, but you know nothing about blacktop. You get on that floor, you get on that lot, and you work with people to make sure they can have affordable transportation. Affordable transportation. Rather than this person trying to arrange financing by himself or herself, we rely on a dealer who has great heft within the financial community and to talk to lenders and say, we have a great customer here who's looking to buy a car. We need you to work with us to get them in this transportation. How in the world can you reduce this down to discrimination? We are doing the same thing every day that you are doing. We are trying to make sure that we're making America great every day in every way. And the best way to do that is to stop talking about discrimination and start talking about the nation. We're coming together as a people in spite of what you say.
Let's just break this down into the simplest terms here and kind of negate the idea of any type of emotionalist type of conversation here. And let's get down to the logic here. All right. You cannot, under any circumstance, consistently dwell in the idea of victimhood and then in the same conversation expect people to fully care about what you're saying. That may sound harsh here, but just I need you guys to understand that you have to pick one singular struggle, and then we can then kind of pinpoint what's happening, maybe fix it if that's the case here, if it's more than just your perceived opinion, because you are a person. Like Maxine Waters is definitely a person who is in a position of power, but yet complaining like it is literally the mid 1900s. Just a thought, but generally people that are kind of existing in 2026 that were alive for that age group are still dwelling on things that large scale do not even resemble what it looked like then. But let's move on. Under no circumstance am I going to sit here and defend any type of car dealership. Okay. I need you guys to be fully aware here. That's not what I'm going to do here. All right. I don't know what the initial argument was with her and him. Understand this about car dealerships, but I don't think that they are inherently racist or there's any type of discrimination based in it. I think that it comes down to you're a person. I'm going to take advantage of you. You're a person. You're breathing. I'm going to take advantage of you. Okay. Now, people do desperately need vehicles, specifically in the country that we live in. Our public transportation is absolutely garbage. Let's just be completely honest. Kind of large scale in America. If you don't live in a big city, you have no public transportation. You need a car. So where do you go? You go to a car dealership. Why? Because you don't have the total capital to basically be able to afford a car outright. They bank on that. Okay. The guy said, Mike Kelly here, he said, we have relationships with banks. Yes, but you're not really benefiting the people with them. Let's just be completely honest here, right? There are two different rates that happen. Guys, I don't want to get too deeply into the finance aspect of things, but guys, a dealership is a stealership. Okay. Let's just be, guys, remove all the feelings here. It's a stealership. You walk inside of there, you're about to get fleeced. But we cannot, under any circumstance, negate the fact that we live in a country where you need to have a car. You walk into the dealership, hey, I need a car. You better hope you're not trading in anything because they're about to steal your trade. Okay. I'm telling you, they're going to find a way to give you $3,000 for whatever car you're bringing in. Okay. And then say, it's not worth it, etc. Then they're going to take your car, they're going to sell it for 3 times the amount, let's say this year, while barely baking it into the price of the new car, because they're just going to add other stuff to basically steal your trade, stealership. Now, when it comes down to actually the idea of financing your car, understand there are 2 rates that you're going to get. You're going to get the rate that they basically want to give you. So they're making money off of selling the unnecessary add-ons, right? Terrible tint jobs and things like PPF protection for your paint. Guys, all this nonsense, extended warranties, all this literal nonsense, guys. All right. So they make money that way. Number one here. The second way they're going to make money is based off of your interest rate. So they're going to get a percentage every time you pay your bill, right? I mean, specifically, like if they were so just and true, they'd be giving you the bank rate, but they're not giving you the bank rate. Okay. So you go into the dealership and you say, hey, listen, we'll do the trade, but I want the trade to be done separately completely away from, whatever deal that I'm working on. Okay. Period. I want the trade separate. Do not put these things together because you're not stealing my trade. You're not. And then when it comes down to the finance office, decline every single thing they offer you. Decline it all. So that's how you're able to keep your trade and not get it stolen from you, from under you. All the money you paid paying off your car is going to be stolen from you. Basically. Then also, guys, if you're going to finance something, make sure you ask specifically for the bank rate. If they do not give you a bank rate, it's time for you to probably go to your own bank and see if you can get a loan for that car. Okay. Because they're about to steal even more money from you monthly. This is no different. I look at car dealerships specifically as, like payday loan people, like the same people who maintain and manage payday loans in like impoverished areas, or like title loans and car dealerships. I think in my head, these are all the same people. All right. These are all the same type of people. Don't get this confused here. This is a business where there's big money and gigantic openings to pilfer from the common person. All right. I didn't mean to turn this into like financial advice here, but it's troubling. Okay. I get it. You need a car desperately. It is not based off discrimination. It's not based off of who you are. This is just their business model. Their business model is you have money. I want it. I'm taking it all and for as long as I possibly can. All right. Oh, that interest rate that you got of 6%. Don't worry. I'm going to go ahead and add 3% on top of that. So my company, my corporation permanently gets 3% until you pay that off. Guys, come on. Stealership. But the moral of the story here is, if you go through the world thinking you're a victim and everything is happening because of the color of your skin or your gender, you're going to keep finding it. If that makes any sense here. You're going to find ways for your thought or theory to come to fruition. How is that beneficial to you, guys? It's not. It's not. But all right, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly.